As many of you know, the writing and the reciting of this poem was a favorite tradition of Dr. Macdonald's, of PJ's. It's perfectly representative of our school and our commitment to each and every individual student, and also to his dedication and belief that all of us should know every student. It is my honor to deliver his poem today. One note before I begin, a few seniors recently received notice of either getting off of wait lists or moving into new colleges. I'm very proud of you, I'm happy for you, but for the purpose of the poem, would it have killed you to choose a school with the same number of syllables? But no, you went from Western North Dakota Institute of Technology to PACE. All right. Dear colleagues, families in the class of 2023, you expected the doctor, and well, you get me. I know after so many years it has to be weird to look up here and see a bald head and beard. It's like you asked for a Coke and got, is Pepsi okay? And it's not the same, but what can you say? Seniors, how unfair. Your freshman year ended with COVID-19. Now your poem gets read by some guy that you've seen at the dining hall often and sometimes the gym. And a few of you are probably like, wait, how do we know him? And I'm sure PJ is laughing above. Many of you parents know why. He's got the whole crowd listening to his fundraising guy. So apologies for any mispronunciations or errors. As you know, I'm standing for a veteran, and this is my first rodeo. So let's do this. All right. Spencer Abrams is first. From down south he's flown, coming to Hardwick from Boca Raton. A quiet young man, as kind as you'll see, embraces the winters, he loves to ski. Alas, not for long, as next year he returns to Florida and Rollins, for the sunshine he yearns. From the Garden State he hails, the town of Tenafly. One thing about Liam Altschul, he's such a nice guy. A rower, a runner, and also a foodie, testing local restaurants, his sacred duty. All of Dr. Miller's classes he certainly did like. Next year at College of New Jersey, he'll major in psych. From Hopkinton, Mass., where the marathon does start, Kat Obbett loves animals, such a kind heart. A voracious reader, a singer, and she simply loves to dance. A fan of Kenozik says hello at each chance. We will miss you, Kat. Your time here has been great. All the best next year as you start at Plymouth State. Ethan Bashaw was with one meal obsessed, a whole meat lover's pizza, a lot to digest. A lacrosse player, too, on the field running free. Outdoors and nature is his place to be. Fittingly headed west to the mountains next year. Western Colorado U to join the Mountaineers. And another from New Jersey, one of many through the years, an esteemed corps member and leader is Andrew Beers. He looks up to his brother and all of his success, but Andrew's own accomplishments are sure to impress. In addition to corps, he played golf and basketball, headed to the College of Charleston next fall. Between his height and his build and the hair on his head, Wyatt Boyd stands out. You'll never miss Big Red. More important, though, are the qualities inside. Kindness and loyalty too great to hide. A lacrosse star and a mentor to younger kids in the gym. College of Charleston, also next for him. Peter Burke hails from across the pond. Of his polite demeanor, all teachers are fond. In the makerspace working on projects galore, helping Hopt and his classmates make the Eagles soar. A gap year to start, then off to Florida it is. Success at Lynn U will surely be his. Lucia Calvert hails from New York, just north of the city. Some opponents underestimate her, oh, what a pity. A fierce competitor on the field and the courts, and an honor roll student in addition to sports. Accepted to many schools and with scholarships too. Her choice for next year, James Madison U. A basketball star with impeccable manners, Hampton Carver politely helped us hang 3 more banners. He also plays lax, but didn't get to play here. He's left his stick in Harb's office for over a year. Twin Tower with Boyd, Wolf his other best bro. He's headed back to the south, to Ole Miss he will go. Max Casado came west to Hardwick from Boston, Mass., one of the most thoughtful members of his class. Mature and resourceful with resilience within, and he's also known for his Cheshire Cat grin. U Denver next year, where I know he'll reminisce about the Zoom meetings with Riendo and his parents he'll miss. A presence who truly needs no introduction, Spencer Charrington has been in every theater production. Dynamic, outgoing, with a fierce sense of style, and for friends always willing to go the extra mile. From the frenzy of New York to Hardwick's measured pace, next up is Macdonald, his next home to embrace. From the big city of New York, Jamie Chung arrived, a great thinker and debater. He certainly has thrived. He goes deep into topics, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the grilling he always gets from Bliss. Playing tennis and squash, he's a racket sports guy, and next year off to Curry College, he'll fly. Technical theater is something Ashton Crump knows about. Now that he's leaving, it's Carl we're worried about. He loved classes with Geary, both writing and lit, did his first acting and working, performance legit. We will miss him as a student, a friend, and technician. An apprenticeship next to become an electrician. Sebastian Dueño from Puerto Rico. For history, he goes nuts and somehow survives on chocolate frosted donuts. A golfer and big fan of aviation, music promotion with dad, his future occupation. Loyola University in New Orleans, his next feat. Best of luck, Sebastian. You won't miss a beat. From the Blue Ridge Mountains in the state of NC, Jacob Fendler is brilliant taking full IB. Hardworking and talented, a technological genius. He tried to make his own key card just for convenience. He makes homemade pasta, cooking for fun. A gap year next year, now that high school is done. Evan Gage is hardworking, a grinder from Needham. When it comes to his effort, no one will beat him. 3 years of ultimate, swimming and soccer for 2. Veterinarian or teacher, there's nothing he can't do. He always made time for Kenozik, one of his faves. Roger Williams in the fall, on the coast, he'll make waves. Olivia Goldfarb arrived from the Mass North Shore. She swam for 3 years, and our coaches want more. Competing in New England's a force in the pool, and one of the nicest young women at school. Next up is St. Michael's College in September. Your time at EHS, we will always remember. One of those great students for which we give thanks, Marisa Gracias, fittingly, is in the top ranks. A full IB student and a member of Core 2, usually tied at the hip with her friend Montague. We're sad to see you go, but turn our frowns upside down when we think of your future next year at Georgetown. Madeline Hornsby came from Ohio and has done oh so well, stepping out of her comfort zone and out of her shell. She's immersed herself in things of all sorts, working on sets and theater, playing multiple sports. She's found her voice and has turned into a star. Next up is High Point. We know she'll go far. Maddie Howell is happiest when there's a beach nearby. There's no shortage in her hometown of Middletown, RI. Hard at work in the gym, on the soccer field a leader. A team with new players, they really did need her. Horticulture and metalwork, a fun combination. SUNY Cobleskill for you is a perfect destination. If you find yourself smiling, feeling full of cheer, odds are if you look around, Devon Heyer is near. She loves the expression, taking it day by day, and her room is the best on campus, Miss Cranford would say. She's headed down south for warm weather and sun. Rollins College is calling. Your work here is done. Our winter in Hardwick was mild this year. Perhaps Salo Jelke brought Miami's warmth here. An artist, a singer, and as grateful as can be, her appreciation of others as sincere as you'll see. We'll miss her and her smile, great things headed her way at Emmanuel College, though we wish she could stay. For 5 years he's driven here, there's no dispute. Griffin Jones, a day student, had a champion commute. The consummate gentleman, always a smile on his face, photographer and a rower, snapping pics, keeping pace. After years of driving west, now finally he's not. Eastward for college, enrolling at Endicott. He's made an impression, and we do hold him dear. It's hard to believe Serge Kelly's been here for 1 year. On the soccer field of force, he's one of the best, and a good friend too, his dog Winston can attest. Next up, a bigger stage and a field where he'll fly. Psychology and soccer, he'll do both at Adelphi. A remarkable man from Falls Church, VA, Davis Kendrick is a friend to everyone, they say. An animal lover, he many times proudly volunteered at the shelter with Mrs. Gowdy, and a 3-season athlete at home in the gym. University of Denver is lucky to get him. A determined young woman with younger siblings to watch over, Abby Kirby comes west from the town of Andover. Consummate team player, supportive of all, a rock star manager she was for volleyball. Her college of choice will be Sacred Heart. We know she's going to be great from the start. From Westfield, Mass., both a dreamer and a doer, Max Cosmeter is industrious and an entrepreneur. He loves working on trucks, sometimes driving them to school. He also wrestles and a varsity swimmer in the pool. We're so impressed with the work he did here, and next up is Wentworth to be an engineer. A bit homesick at first, Will Kraus settled right in, best friends with beers, Andrew, through thick and thin. A Kimball Farms worker and a big fan of sports. He'll sit and discuss and debate on all sorts. He played soccer, played golf, and played basketball. New England Institute of Tech, his school for next fall. Run as far as you want, bike as fast as you can. You won't beat Andre Lazarus, our own Iron Man. And while his endurance and speed are the rage, he's equally talented in theater on stage. Emerson College will see what he's all about. More records to set there, we have no doubt. Hailing from Amherst, just west of here, Sierra Learned Miller in goal gave soccer players fear. She's close with Miss Velvet and Mr. Geary she will miss. Of her path after here, I can promise you this. She'll be the one to call for a style that's cool, studying cosmetology at D. Grigoli School. There are so many kids in this class. It's unbelievable. I'm like halfway done. I'm sorry. Everything's bigger in Texas, as the saying goes, like Ryan Levitt's chess skills, as everyone knows. He started a club so many could play and battled Zuniga on many a day. He tried cross country, a risk, and he flourished. A gap year up next, where his growth will be nourished. From Brookline, Mass., Owen Long is his name, and long was his hair, among the best in the game. A makerspace whiz kid, one of Hop's best, working on the Eagle, he hardly did rest. Destined for success, and there's more good news too. I hear there's no dress code at American U. Quiet at first, maybe even reserved, Matt Madriparela's wit was observed by all of his teachers and all of his friends. His work ethic in the gym, it never ends. 4 years of woodshop with creativity galore. Next, thriving at American University in store. Sam Marabella is a peacekeeper. He knows pacification. He's also a master of procrastination. Fitting then how choosing his next school took so long. He was admitted to his first choice, but what if he chose wrong? After some time, he came back to the beginning. U Hartford for Sam. He hadKozier's hair thinning. Sienna Marrero can do any puzzle in her path, just like she tackles advanced science and math. Committed and focused as a member of crew, and fast laps in the pool on the swimming team too. Her EHS year's done, now off to seize the day at Marshall University down in West VA. There's a quiet confidence in Colin McDade, as seen in the role of star witness he played. Mock trial star, his preparation shown, like his all-school announcements and trademark monotone. He was determined and successful in his college pursuit. He chose Northeastern, and that we salute. Declan McGinty's from the town of Medway, and on the soccer field, man, can he play. In basketball and ultimate, his skills are top tier, and an even greater actor, tackling roles with no fear. Always making people laugh and making people smile. He'll do great at Kenyon College, there's no denial. Ned Mickey came from Bethesda, MD, a purposeful young man and a core member is he. Athletic and driven, a lacrosse star too. That is, after all, what Maryland men do. University of New England, our loss is their gain. We wish you the best as you head up to Maine. Caitlin Montague, where do we start? Thoughtfulness, dedication, and kindness of heart. An athlete, an artist, and loyal to her core, student council, campus planner, and there's even more. Here you've accomplished all that can be done. Now off to Roger Williams to do more and have fun. Catherine Moody came in 8th grade. For 5 years she's been here, a young kid at first, now a proctor this year. Outgoing and happy, and above all else kind, and the best sense of humor that you'll ever find. Soccer, crew swimming, and an intern AD, a star at Dean College, you're meant to be. Issa Marias hails from the Bahamas, Miami, and Brazil. That's why she picked Hardwick. She needed to chill. Fittingly, for one from such sunny destinations, her smile can light up any and all conversations. Not as hot as Miami, but North Carolina will do. High Point University is next up for you. For 2 years at EHS, J.J. Morelli has done it all. 2 league titles for this point guard. He really can ball. He learned guitar this year just for fun, and on the ultimate field, many battles he has won. In college, we're certain his good times will keep rolling. He's off to Belmont Abbey. He was recruited for bowling. Amy Nelson came from Grafton, followed by her brother. If you need a hard worker, you'll need no other. She has a thirst for learning that cannot be beat, and she might be the kindest person you'll meet. She'll continue her quest in keen pursuit of knowledge. Eagle Hill complete. Next up, Landmark College. Gabrielle Veloza is at home in the makerspace, creating fire pits that can light up the place. Often seen spending time with her pal Margot Souter. You've grown so much here, we could not be prouder. Her future is bright, and there's no doubting that. Next year she heads north, a UNH Wildcat. Thank you. I dare you to get a rise out of Skylar Palmer. There's never been a student who acts any calmer. A core member, he embodies our value of honesty, and a computer club member also is he. To know him is to respect him, no need to explain. They've got a good one heading off to Champlain. Tuva Parson came all the way from Stockholm in Sweden. Her technical theater skills cannot be beaten. Her diligent efforts supported our plays, and a rock star in IB Math with Blaze. Gap year comes next, then at Hofstra she enrolls. Keep grinding, Tuva, in pursuit of your goals. Sarah Reesberg is working towards a Girl Scout Gold Award, a scout since her youth, how her talents have soared. She's so quiet, she's stealthy, but don't misconstrue. There's hardly a sport here that she didn't do. Swimming in ultimate, triathlon, and cross country she ran. Ohio Wesleyan in the fall is the plan. From way upstate in Skaneatlas he came. Gabe Rollin loves computers. He built one to game. Top tier in the makerspace and woodshop, those are the facts. And to top it off, 3 years playing varsity lax. Multi-talented and kind, he now sets the course for his next success as he joins the workforce. If you're looking for a trustworthy partner and friend, Bella Rucci is your girl. Her loyalty knows no end. A core member and leader, her honesty shines through. Swim team, volleyball, and a PE intern too. We will miss you, Bella, but we're glad to know you'll still be close by when to Westfield State you go. Patrick Ryan urged McCaffrey to teach video game creation. Tony said yes without much hesitation. After all, how lucky can one teacher be to have a student that knows as much, maybe more than he? Wearing purple for Patrick to let people know he's him, not his twin, but both to Florida Tech they go. And while he might be a twin, Sean Ryan is one of one. After all, how many people learn Latin for fun? A marine bioenthusiast, the open ocean his scene. His brother wears purple, so Sean would wear green. Also to Florida Tech to study next year. Enjoy the sunshine, Sean. You've certainly shown here. Margot Souter is caring and patient and ever the optimist. She loves everything about plants. She's an amateur botanist. If you saw her room, you'd be left with no doubt. It's practically a greenhouse, plants growing all about. You've grown so much here, Margot, in just 2 years to boot. Now off to Westfield State, where your talents will take root. Harrison Soap is a confident and resourceful young man, and he rivals Ken Leva as a Celtics superfan. Core member and proctor, a student leader, no doubt. TikTok of his dancing gave him social media clout. A 3-sport athlete and a mailroom employee. Success at Dean College is what we expect to see. Hailing from Loomis in the Golden State, Brooke Stryker's skills in the theater are great. a technical intern, a behind-the-scenes star. She could do it professionally. She could go that far. The next stage for her is High Point U. No limit on the wonderful things she can do. From Montecito, California, coming coast to coast, Dylan Tessling loved Mrs. Riendo's classes the most. History and government were two of his faves, and of his ultimate management skills, everyone raves. Polite, kind, and loyal, the best kind of friend. Prospering at Lynn, on that you can depend. Uncommonly talented, Daniel VA is the definition. Studious, motivated, and incredible musician. He likes science, likes literature, and music IB. A student athlete too, wrestling captain was he. Rewarded with a scholarship, and it's easy to see why. Next year he'll study music at URI. A star of the stage and many curtain calls, our theater has been blessed by the talent of Grace Walls. She arrived as a junior and quickly jumped in, appearing in every single production there's been. Now she exits stage left, and to Hofstra she goes. She'll be a star there too, everyone knows. Kyle Welch loves to work, especially with his dad, and to spend a day on the open water, he's glad. Between Florida and Mass, deep-sea fishing when he can. He loves military history, thinks Patton's the man. Role-playing club member, many talents indeed. At Trinidad State College, he is sure to succeed. For quietest seniors, someone have their phone on them? Seniors? No? For quietest seniors, Michaela Williams is at the top, unless she's discussing everything about K-pop. She's supremely talented, with her skill set refined in her favorite subject, which is graphic design. How fitting then that next year she'll be studying just that at Nassau CC. Mackenzie Wolf's been here for 5 years. Now just one day remains till a high school diploma and a master's in gains. He loved Kanozik's classes, writing about sport, and 2 years getting wins on the tennis court. U South Carolina, his school, his success, a safe wager, staying on brand as a sport management major. And finally, at Max Zimmer, we've arrived. Honest, hardworking, and from the start, he's thrived. Rookie of the year as a freshman, you know. Now a fish in the pool, and you should see him row. Ithaca College did, and they said, come do it here. So that's where he's headed to compete next year. And that's the lot, from the first to the last. How fun that my first poem was our biggest class. Thank you, I'm almost done. Your work here is done, and you'll go from the hill, diplomas in hand, with dreams to fulfill. Keep in touch. Remember, please, as you journey on, we're all family here, even after you're gone. Congratulations to the class of 2023.